Hey everyone, Sentinel here, and welcome back to our video. So this is kind of a little bit of a different video because, well, I'm going to be talking about just a particular anime. It's going to be like review style, and like I'm planning on going like really in depth to into the anime, and I have never done that before, honestly. But yeah, so let's get into it. Recently, I finished the whole series of the. Hold on a sec. Anyway, so yeah, recently I finished the Love Live series with like, but and the series is like really good. But the one thing that I really want to talk about is the Love Live School Idol Project movie. Um, so I enjoyed the movie a lot, but in the end, it was kind of incomplete. It's because how it ended was the Muse and Arise and all those other idols made the contest together and they sang the Sunny Day song, and it just went like straight into credits. So this means that we have no idea of the aftermath of the 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 festival. So so what I will be saying was my kind of different theories on what happened to them after the Muse disbanded. So first things first, I want to say like they like graduated from that high school as third years, and I hate to go like really dark and whatnot, but I think they kind of just drifted away from each other because, of all honesty, the Muse was kind of like the only thing that was bringing them together. I could be wrong on that. They probably end up not slipping away, but in the end, they probably end up like losing contact with each other. So I guess technically, yes, that would be slipping away. So the first one is kind of the most obvious one. We're starting with Maki Nishikino. Now, so we already know that she was meant to inherit the hospital from her parents for her job. So she probably works at the hospital, but like in her free time, since you know how she's like really good with the piano and singing in general, she probably plays the piano and whatnot. So I don't know. That seems like it would be kind of that was kind of obvious. I actually think it was confirmed by someone. I can't remember if it was one of the seiyuus or one of the creators of the anime, but they did confirm that Maki, I believe, worked at the hospital after the Muse disbanded. I don't know. I really, you know, if by some miracle Kadokawa Anime sees this, like, can you please make an like a, like an OVA of the Love Life School Idol project? Because I want to know what happens to them after that. Now, literally, I was up all night thinking about this. So, yeah. I have never fought so hard about stuff about any animes, and, like, never. So the next one is Neko Yasawa, you know, the Nico Ni girl. Now, it was always her dream to be a pro idol, so she probably ended up being like a pro idol in the end. So I don't know. I can see that. And then Rin, because of her tomboyish nature and her athleticism, she probably went into like probably became like a pro athlete or something. So I mean, it seemed to fit. Now, next one, we have Ellie, and I originally thought that she probably went back to Russia and ended up being a ballerina, but I don't think that really necessarily fits because her sister was continuing with Yukiho, Honoka's sister, as being school idols the first years for the school idols. Um, now, so I think she probably just became like a fashion model because we all know she. Let's face it, she does kind of look. She is kind of pretty beautiful in pretty much anything. So yeah. Now Nozomi, this was kind of hard one because if I recall, we didn't really learn much about her during the anime, but um, I think since she has like these cards that are used to like predict things, I can see it very likely of her becoming like a psychic or a fortune teller. We'd be using the cards and whatnot. Now, hold on. Anyway, so next up we have Kotori, and this is kind of a more obvious one. She probably came to be like a costume designer for like pro idols and whatnot, because she did almost leave in the end of the first season, to design the costumes. So that yeah, she probably became that. For all we know, she could design costumes for like Neko or she designed costumes for like Neko and whatnot. I don't know. I'm getting too deep. Well, if you thought this was deep, wait until I get to Honoka. So the second to last one we have is Umi. So we know how in her childhood she was kind of like always shy and didn't really want to become, just I guess you could say became an idol a bit against her own will, but she was eventually convinced by Honoka and Kotori to be an idol. So we know Yumi writes poems, and she also helped make the lyrics for Muse when they were Muse. So my prediction is that she probably just makes lyrics for, I guess, pro idols and other like bands and whatnot. Anyway, so yeah, for all we know, she can make like lyrics for Maki. Who knows? So I guess you can say in my kind of made up ending, some of them didn't really step away from each other. Alright. So the last one is Honoka, who honestly I think she's my favorite character. It used to be Maki, but after watching the movie, I think Honoka is my favorite character. Now, she probably becomes like a pro singer. She probably continues to be a singer as well. Now, where do I get that from? So, you guys remember in the movie, this woman who she was talking to, I have reason to believe that that woman is actually like Honoka from like the future or an alternate timeline, but she's not alive, okay? Now you're probably like, oh my god, Judge, now, how could she not be alive? She's right there. Just like, okay, calm the fuck down, man, please. I say that because I honestly think Honoka was like the only one to like see her, and okay, so anyway, so I have reason to believe that that was Honoka. Like, sometime later on in her life, when she was pursuing to be a, I guess, pro singer, because we all know that look on her face, she wanted to continue singing even after Muse disbanded, which, that was kind of sad. I knew I'd have crippling depression at the end of the movie, but I still watched it. Funny thing, let me just get a little bit off topic here. I was contemplating on dropping the anime series because I just didn't want it to end. I like them way too much, so. Yeah, that's that. But I managed through it, and, oh my god, it's so sad though. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, like, I think sometime later on in her life, and she was kind of like pursuing pro singing and whatnot, there was like some sort of horrible accident and she died. I know, this just got really dark really quick, if that's what you're thinking right now. But here's the thing. I have reason to believe that Honoka might not necessarily be human. I don't, that's, I don't know why. That's probably like horribly wrong, too. Because she did, like, once, I forget which season or which episode it was, but she did, the weather, like, it was raining really hard outside, and I think she said something like, rain, go away, and it, like, ended up stopping. I personally think that it's just by coincidence, though. For where I got some of, like, some of this inspiration from, like, a YouTube video and, like, a few Reddit posts, which I'll link those in the description below if you want to check them out yourself. That I got my inspiration from. I think it was one of the Reddit posts that said Honoka was not necessarily human. Anyway, honestly, yeah. Honestly, this future Honoka, I guess you could say, is probably just symbolism for, like, anyway, I have reasons to believe that that's future Honoka, who was also technically dead. It's like some, I guess you could say, Shiro, Emiya, and Archer shit right there. Where, like, I don't want to go into that. I already made a video on that stuff, so... yeah. I'll link that, and I'll see if I remember to link the video in the description, too. Anyway, so I have reasons to believe that was Honoka, because, well, if you do look at them, they're very, very similar in appearance, and they have, like, really similar voices, too. So, now, like I said, I believe that Honoka, like, somewhere later on in her future, she did die. But this Honoka right here, kind of, okay, maybe it's not, I was just thinking this. Maybe it's not necessarily Honoka from, like, I guess you could say this current timeline. It could be like a Honoka from, like, an alternate reality. Or it could just be, like, some sort of symbolism to where Honoka could get. I have reason to believe that it's either, like, Honoka's subconscious, or it's... there's so much theories based on that. I don't really know which one to believe. I think it's Honoka. I actually think it's like Honoka's subconscious. Anyway, I actually think that this other Honoka is Honoka's subconscious, because, like, obviously, because when Honoka was about to introduce her to her group of friends, after that woman helped her back to the hotel, she kind of did, disappear. As if, like, she was the only one to see her. So, honestly, I think this is Honoka's, like, subconscious that's, like, meant to guide her in the right path. Or it could just be some weird symbolism that I am totally misunderstanding right now. The reason why I said that, because that woman did, well, first of all, she knew Japanese, and obviously, the group was in New York for their, that concert, you know what I'm talking about, right, in the movie. Trying to think what else, okay, I keep on blanking. Anyway, so, yeah, I honestly think that, yeah, that woman is Honoka's subconscious. So, I have reason, so, like, now, let me just talk about a bit of symbolism in the movie before I get into more reasoning why I believe Honoka became kind of like continues as a singer. Anyway, so you remember the very beginning of the movie when it showed young Honoka with young Kotori trying to jump over that pool, and, like, Kotori's like, it's impossible or something like that, but then Honoka eventually, like, managed to do it. Yeah. So, that other Honoka, I guess you could say Honoka subconscious. Um, Remember when she said, like, I think she said something like, "Fly like you did back then," because I'm pretty sure this was like after when they got back from New York. We could obviously assume that it was New York that they went to for that live concert. I believe now what I'm talking about, it also took place after Honoka's talk with Arise, when Arise told them that they wanted to continue. Like, you could tell Honoka's, like, change of heart easily that she wanted to continue with this, and didn't want seiyuus to disband. But here's the thing. seiyuus disbanded pretty much because the third years were graduating and wouldn't be seiyuus without them. But like, here's the thing. They achieved all of their goals. They saved first up in the first season. They saved the school. Second season, they managed to get into Love Live, and they also managed to win Love Live. And I believe in the movie, they managed to preserve Love Live and make it more popular. So, and they're like this international success. So, like, there wouldn't be anything to achieve except for getting like more popular. You guys know what I'm saying? So eventually, like, they were going to disband eventually. I found that quite predictable in like the very first season. So anyway, now you remember? Yeah. Now as I was going into this, you remember when that Honoka said fly? That I guess Honoka's subconscious said to Honoka, "Fly like you did back then." And they went through this whole thing, and like, basically that meant at that point they could easily achieve anything. But unfortunately, like I said, they disbanded and whatnot. So yeah, Honoka became a pro singer, and there's that woman and I have reason. I think Honoka could like maybe join Arise, probably joined Arise or something like that. I don't know, because Arise did eventually plan on continuing to be pro idols. I can actually see that Honoka working with Arise. I don't know, that'd be cool. But yeah. Anyway, so my name is Sentinel, like always. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Also, leave a like and a comment down if you agree with any of the things that I said. Comment down below if you disagree. Leave a like anyway and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Because honestly, this kept me up all night. Like, I'm not bullshitting you guys. This legit kept me up all night thinking about this and thinking how I should craft this into a video. Now, what I thought was, like, after I make this into a video and upload, which this will probably get uploaded on Saturday, I can actually be at peace. That sounds weird, but that's not, never mind. But yeah. So leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Also, show some support. Also, leave a like if you agree with me. Leave a like if you disagree with me. Also, comment down what you think, if you agree or disagree, or if you have anything to add on. I'm curious to hear your thoughts about this. And I'll link the Reddit posts and the YouTube videos in the description below. I'll also link the playlist where I'm playing this music on, that I'm using to play this music on, in the description below. So, yeah! My name is Sentinel, like always. Hope you all have a good day, and goodbye.